Hi, I'm Charbria Shine, and welcome back to Max Out Girl. Hi, ladies. We are back with a very special episode. Woo, woo. We have Cori Dilosa. Hey, girl.
What's going on, Miss Bria Shine?
Yeah, so I am excited because she is in Charbria Shine Single Woman Chronicles.
You know the SWC, you know it.
Look, y'all, we got the shirts. These are
For sure.
original shirts, y'all. The original from 2021. Everybody ain't got the original.
Wow, 2021.
2021. Yes, girl. So you have played my mother since 2021. In every single show, we did the mini tour in 2022. Now we're coming back in 2025. Let's talk about Liz Kensington. Okay, so in the process, how has it been, first of all, just being a part of, and you can be real, like the highs and the lows of being a part of Single Woman Chronicles?
It's, there's really been a lot of highs. This has been a really great experience. You have totally pulled me out of my comfort zone. Everybody swears that I'm like introvert, or extrovert, I should say. I'm way more introvert, but I'm grateful for you even asking me to be a part of it. It's been a whole change in my life from it, for real. From playing the character. Now the character is very much me.
Okay.
Like some of the things.
And I didn't really know that all the way, but I felt like you could definitely play the character.
For sure. I think that it's things that I've probably been saying to young girls like for years, right?
So you've been trying to empower them.
For years.
I love it.
Right. Like literal lines. I was like, why is she in my mind like this?
Real?
Yes.
That's amazing.
For sure. So, so the character itself wasn't so much of a stretch.
Yeah.
But it's a whole thing. It's a stage play, y'all.
Lights,
y'all
camera,
out there, right? Y'all out there looking at us. So that was very different from me, but it was so enjoyable. I mean, the cast and just all, it was just great.
Yeah, and you have done a really great job. I know you're saying you weren't used to it at first, but like you did a great job, and I knew that, a woman who wants to empower her daughter, encourage her, of course, a strong woman in faith. Like, I knew, you're a strong woman of faith. So I'm like, definitely I think she could play it. But to know that, literally some of the words you've been speaking into the lives of girls, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
this is the first time I'm hearing that. Oh, that's
true.
awesome.
That's true. Yeah.
Wow. So God knew.
Right.
Because I feel like, my prayer is always like, okay, God, send me the right people for the roles.
For sure.
And it's not always, like we've been talking about in some of the episodes, not always the person that, they've been acting for 30 years.
Yeah.
And no, sometimes it's like somebody who got the raw talent and they're like, they have a heart for that character or a heart for that message.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, because that's really what it was. I think because I could relate to the message.
Yes.
Just even my specific message. Yeah. I mean, the whole play is just got a great message.
Thank you.
And but this specific message I could really relate to just for myself, as a young woman, and just all the struggles, all the things. Right? And then, and then kind of, maturing in not only my age, but then even in my walk, being able to then see myself in other girls, like, hey,
Yeah.
And then again, some of the exact verbiage that you have there in the place.
Crazy.
So yeah, it's just great. It's been a real blast. I've really had just the time of my life.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
Awesome. I would say you have the greatest attitude, when we're all together, in the process. Because some of y'all know with stage plays, it's a whirlwind.
It's real.
It's so much going on. And don't talk about being on the road. Remember when we went on the road? Oh, yeah. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Jesus. The first time we went on the road, it was an experience.
It was interesting.
Oh, to say the least.
It was interesting, right.
And it's it was great. But I mean, behind the scenes, a lot of work and a lot of unknowns when you do it the first time.
A lot of unknowns.
And a lot of hard work. Not that we can't handle that, but it's just we just didn't know, right? Yeah. But I had a blast, but y'all was tired. Ooh, child.
Because y'all had it back.
Right away. Never again. I mean, if the Lord say the same, we hope never again.
Right.
It was just a long,
it was
a lot.
Day.
And I had a blast. I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I would change
for sure
a few things. We stayed home.
Now that you know.
Yeah, now that you know better, right?
Now that you know.
I mean, but it was such a great experience. But like y'all know, if you know anything about the arts, or stage play, it's a lot that goes into it. And us with all the props and and then you start doing props manager. She didn't want to have nothing to do with props, but she did amazing. You be like, oh, you be organized. She got this, she got that. Like, it's a whole thing, y'all.
It is.
But it's so special, especially like people who've been in it since the beginning. Like, you've been in it since the beginning. Doree has been in it since the beginning. Like, and just to see like where we come from and just the struggles in the first one and just now it's just kind of like second nature. It's so fun.
Yeah, definitely.
And so,
for sure.
Yeah. So you said it's been a blast. I think like working with good people, how important do you think is that, like, working with people that you have that chemistry with, that you mesh well, where it feels like a family? How important do you think that?
It is important. It can be everything.
Yeah.
Because the people themselves, like, again, we're bringing characters to the play, right? Yeah. But we're still our own people. We're still our own person.
Yeah.
And so, just your vibe, your energy, the type of spirit that you're carrying.
Yeah.
You bring that right along with you.
You do.
To rehearsals and to
on the road.
On the road. All those things.
Yeah.
And so, it is important to, and I want to commend you because I feel like you really do a great job being in from the first one to even different cast members along the way. You do everything to really bring us together. Like, you mentioned my attitude, but your attitude, it really, it makes a difference, and
sweet.
so, and it's important. It's important, you're somebody look, you're younger than me, and I feel so much at ease being under your leadership in this. You know what I'm saying?
Lot.
It's because it's real.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that means
a lot. And so, I think just being able to mesh well with just the characters and the people behind the characters, it's important. And we did. We had, I feel like every time we did it, we had a great time with every cast. It's a great time, for sure.
We do. It's like a family now at this
point.
Yeah. And here and there we, add a few new people because maybe somebody couldn't do it the next time. But it's always a great time. And it is important to me. So I appreciate you saying that to like in leadership, just to try to maintain a good attitude and because you deal with all kind of people and personalities and situations and everything's not always peaches and cream.
Right.
So I really endeavor to really try to have a godly attitude, be enthusiastic, and understanding. And there's been times where not necessarily in this cast, but other shows I've done where you deal with some attitudes, and granted, we're human, so we're gonna have those moments because it's stressful sometimes. You got a lot of practice, and life is that. So there's grace for that. But sometimes when there are challenges, like I really endeavor to think about, okay, God, how am I supposed to act in this situation? Yeah. So that is important to me. So
and that's good because. That's something to be grateful about because you look at it now, like when you were in different plays and whatnot.
Yes.
And you were on the other side of it, it was just prep for here, right? And even if you didn't have in your mind, I'm going to do this one day, it was still prep. Like, God knew.
I did not know I was going to be a playwright
but
God
knew.
I wasn't doing no plays. I've been in them, but I was not thinking about writing
different.
Any of that.
Just totally different.
I just was like, I'm going to act and dance in shows and stuff. I'm never going to write anything. I'm never going to direct. Never wanted to.
Right.
But God always has a plan.
God was like, let me get this girl ready.
And now I love it, but I just be like, Lord, you got a sense of humor. But you're right, that was preparation. And even dealing with people that I was under that I was like, ooh, I can learn and do like that. Or, no, I don't want to do like that. You're always in situations where you are learning. Yeah. So let's talk about it. So you said we've had a lot of highs. What's been some challenges? I don't even know. Have you had any challenges? Or... I don't know.
I think really just for me, I think the memorization, honestly. Yes. And I don't even have a whole lot, y'all, because these ladies up here with the monologue.
Well, we have a lot, okay.
Woo,
we have a book.
Man, these ladies are up here doing the thing. Do you hear me? Yeah. Okay, shout out. SWC crew and cast. I'm just saying. I'm backstage like, woo.
So what would you say most our monologues is what make you feel that way?
I'm like, man, they are rocking this thing, like for real.
Yeah. The monologues they're no joke, but once you get them, you feel like you're on top of the world. But
and even the timing again, that's why it's so important. Just the cast, like, because even the timing, there are certain things that. It's about timing, and when she say this, you need to say that, and then and it makes the difference. You know what I'm saying? It creates the experience, right? And so it's just amazing to see that. I'm glad I don't. We of course.
You telling on yourself? You glad I got all them lines?
We got our little thing, right? Yeah. But it is a lot, and so for real, I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's awesome. But you do have some our parts. It's hefty, but I get what you're saying. it's not like a monologue.
For sure.
Oh, Lord. I counted how many monologues. I got a lot of monologues.
Right.
And then it's so funny because after I write every play, and my husband probably laughs because I always say,
why didn't you?
And I'm the person that has to say the most. I'm like, why did I put all this? And I get frustrated about it. But then I'm like, but that's the way I wanted it to be. So you saw the ladies' lounge that we did.
I did.
Okay, so that was the first one that I wrote where I wasn't like the main character.
Yeah.
And I was like, this feels kind of good.
And it was a very different character.
Oh, Lord.
Check out Ladies' Lounge.
Talk about it. Very different. Yeah. Where I had to kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit because I played more of a slutty role.
Oh, my. Liz would respond like this.
Oh, she would have been like, clutching her pearls. Like I was like, oh, my mom was like, no, about that role.
You said, real mama said, hold on
like,
now.
What is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, it is a message.
For sure.
It's a message.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like that was the first time I like wrote something where I was, and I was like, this is kind of refreshing.
Yeah,
you know?
Sure.
And I love that. It's like, you know, giving somebody else too a chance to kind of like take that role and do it.
For sure.
And it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was really awesome.
Yeah.
So okay, back to Single Woman Chronicles.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the themes. What do you think? Well, do you think that some of those themes are still popular today, like pressures on a single woman? Do you feel like there's still pressures in today's society?
Absolutely.
Because, you know, some people are like, oh, no, that's old school. Now we do what we want to do, you know.
Absolutely. I think that there's a real pressure for singles. And it's so sad. I mean, you know, okay, so now you know me. I'm going to say, because the Bible says.
She preaching, y'all.
I'm just saying, Paul was like, hey, y'all should be jealous of me. That's all I'm saying.
Because he ain't got no worries.
Paul said, hey, look, you know, but I'm just saying, there is a lot of stress, there's a lot of pressure. And even if you have, you know, a heart to want to be married, like, you know, it's just difficult. Girl, in these times, ma'am, look, y'all better be praying.
You better make sure it's God.
What day do you fast on? Call me because I'm going to fast with you, okay?
Yeah, it's no joke. I think
it's no joke.
Just the desire is great. It's nothing wrong with wanting to be married, but as we know, I always say it's not for the faint of heart. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's just like when you're single, you're worrying about yourself.
Yes.
When you're married, it's not just yourself no more.
Sure.
And I know it always seems like, oh, but that's great. We're so in love.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have those moments.
Yeah.
But life is life.
Yeah. And I think that, and I'm just saying, like, prayer and fast, maybe more so for those who are trying to enter the dating, you know.
Scene.
But, ma'am, if you're single, ooh, Lord, probably the best time of your life.
Like, enjoy that season.
Like, enjoy it, for real. Because, I mean, it really... I mean, there's so much freedom. There's so much that you can do. There's so many opportunities.
You can explore so many things.
There's so many opportunities.
And nobody to, like, consult with. And not that that's a bad thing. We don't want to make it. Marriage is beautiful.
Yeah,
but we don't want you to rush your single season because that's so beautiful, too.
And that's where you learn. That's where you learn you.
Girl, talk about it.
Look, because he don't want to learn you when you trying to learn you.
Girl. And then let me tell you a secret. You think you know you, and then when you get married, it's another you that be creeping out.
For sure.
Like, okay, so I've only been married 5 years. I'm still like a baby, I call it. And so I feel like I really did take the time to get to know me and my singleness finally. It took a little time, you know, a couple heartbreaks, but I finally was like, let me do me and the Lord. But then, and I prepared for marriage as much as I thought that I could.
Sure.
But then when I got married, so many things
just
come out that you don't even know because there wasn't another person that close proximity to you every day, all the time. So it brings out certain things. And it's like, man, some things you don't know to work on until this person is bringing this out. And you're like, oh, Lord, I need to work on X, Y, and Z, you know? But it's a beautiful process, though, because, you know, if you're a believer, you know, this makes us more like Christ. If you're really trying to be more like him, living for him.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's a death to self to be more like God. But it's just like, it can be a challenge.
Yeah.
So y'all better enjoy y'all single season. Y'all rushing. You don't rush now.
Don't rush.
I'm about to turn into Dr. Love. It was like, don't rush. Like, enjoy it. And, you know, I always talk about that, like, in my books and all that stuff. Like, enjoy your single season. Like you said, learn you. Date yourself. What do you like? What do you dislike? What do you want to work on? And all of the things. And then what do you want for your life?
Yes.
And what does God want for your life?
There you go.
What's his purpose?
That's it.
And in this season of singleness, what is his purpose? And I think it was at a time for me, I'm just trying to rush past it. Like, what purpose? I'm ready to get my man, and I'm ready to do this.
Marriage is my purpose. No.
No, it ain't, honey.
It's not.
It's part of it.
For sure.
Definitely, but it's so much, and you're right.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think it still pressures on single women today. I think it's such a universal theme, and I just want to shed light on it, kind of share some of my story.
Yeah.
It's not all of my story, but a little, kind of close to it, and then some, other perspectives that I feel like women struggle with. But in the 3 characters, it's so funny because they're so different, as you know.
Very
you
different.
Got the sweet character, and then who I play, and then you have the
because your mama raised you right. No, okay. All right, come on, y'all.
And then you got you Liz Kensington, my mama raised me right, and then you got until she started acting up. My character started acting up. She don't be so good no more. And then you got the ghetto fabulous Tatiana.
For sure.
Then you got the Miss Rich girl.
We love Tatiana.
We love Tatiana. We got the Miss Rich stuck up kind of.
Yes.
Mercedes Beret, Miss Rich
Mercedes.
girl. Yeah, and but there are different issues, which we ain't gonna tell y'all.
No.
I feel like I kind of identify. I could see myself, my old self, with some of those perspectives at different times of my life.
For sure.
Do you feel like you could? Because I know you got married kind of young, but do you feel like you could see?
Absolutely.
Really?
Let me tell you something. See, this is why everybody needs to go ahead, click the link, come see the play. Because I'm going to tell you something. The very first show we did, my mother, hey, Ma, who is in her 80s.
Yeah, okay. That's awesome.
Watched the show, and afterwards was like, I saw me all over the stage.
Really?
I saw me all over the stage.
That's awesome. Wow.
Right. And so I think everybody can relate to some aspect of these 3 girls.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. And it's funny because when I look at them, I'm like, oh, I can see a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and they're so extreme, but different parts of life. You've gone through so many different things and perspectives. And for me, in single time, I went through so many ups and downs. Yeah. So it was just like I had some rebellious stages, then I had some what was me God stages, and then I had I'm really trying to get my life together.
I understand.
And then I'm just gonna do me kind of stage, and I'm just like, Lord,
right.
Thank God he gracious. And he's probably like, y'all schizophrenic. What is wrong with my people? Y'all got some problems. But he loves us, and I love that.
Right.
But yeah, so in this, I feel like for me, it's really fun. I think one day when I take myself out of the show, because I think I will at some point.
Okay.
And just be able to enjoy watching the 3 women and everybody. I think that's when I'm really going to fully be able to, because being in it is different.
It's different.
It's so different.
For sure.
Than actually being out there and, watching and experiencing it like everyone else. Because even when we watch it in video, of course I love it, but I'm like, I want to be in the audience.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just to take it all in.
Yeah. And I don't know when I'm going to give Kara up because I like playing Kara, but at some point I'm going to be a little too old to play Kara. So I think I'll be like, you ain't still 30. Heck, I ain't 39, but that's okay. Nobody don't know that.
Right.
They're like, you're not still 29, you turning 30, girl. You need to give it up. You 50 now, you ain't 30. So.
Right. I'm
talking
about single still.
Right, single still. They be like, you got grandkids. Quit lying, boo. You got grandkids.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
So what's your favorite scene of the, I'm about to say of the movie. I'm prophesying. Of the movie. Of the stage play.
My favorite scene.
Dang, that's a hard one.
It is so hard. Oh, my Lord.
You got more than one?
I know I should have been prepped for this question.
I know. I didn't ask her ahead of time.
I know, not at all. I think that one of my favorite scenes, okay, so I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I love some of the interactions, even with the males.
Okay. Like who?
All of them. Because fellas, I'm going to say too, come on out, because you're going to identify with somebody on the stage just as well.
They always think it's for the ladies.
I know. Well, but this is definitely for the fellas as well. But I think that one of my favorite scenes is probably going to be, I'm going to go with even just a fun scene.
Yeah.
Is after some heartbreak, and you get to come on out and strut.
Really? You like that?
Because it's so silly. And it's so not you for real. So I'm back there giggling.
So you be back there giggling?
I'm giggling like
Meanwhile, I'll be on stage like, what am I doing? Like, what am I really doing?
Right.
All these people looking at me do this crap, right?
But
it's
so
necessary.
again, I think it's funny because,
it's hilarious.
And again, it just shows your skill and your talent. Because I'm like, this ain't her at all.
Absolutely
and she is out there like she do this every weekend or something. Like like the furthest thing from her.
Right.
So I mean, there are so many heartfelt scenes. There are so many really moving and pivotal scenes in this play. But there's also just a lot of giggles and a lot of laughs.
It is. A lot of comedy.
For sure, for sure.
I do like those moments. It is a lot of serious moments, but I tend, just because acting is, I like the fun, lighthearted moments.
Sure.
Yeah. Like even with some of the other plays we did last year, like Dr. Love versus like Little Black Dress. So I know you didn't get to see that one, but that one, it is very serious.
Okay.
Yes, and I struggled to switch off from Dr. Love to.
I remember you saying that
to that character.
Okay.
Even in rehearsals, I kept saying, "Oh, I don't want to do like I just because I like more of the lighthearted. It's fun to play.
Yeah.
I like to make people happy and laugh. But I know it's necessary when you're trying to,
absolutely
tell a story, and when you feel God's leading you to say something, you have to tell it how He tells you to say it.
Sure.
But as far as acting, like I never want to play like those like real serious. But I do it because it's challenging, and I always would challenge myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you do have to see that one. You didn't see the Little Black.
I did not.
It is the most different thing you've ever seen me do.
You
do have to see
that.
That one's very different.
Okay.
And I was shocked at that one. It's very different. So, but you'll see.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But yeah, so so you say your favorite one is when some heartbreak happens, and then the little strut comedy. Y'all gotta see it because we can't give it up. We can't tell y'all what we talking about.
I'm like, giving little pieces.
Yes.
I don't want to give it all.
I asked the other ladies, like out of the prologue, the party scene, and the epilogue, what is their favorite?
Prologue? Oh my goodness.
So the prologue's when we come out with Oh, you remember? Okay.
Yeah. I think and I think I heard somebody say this too. But I'm gonna go with the beginning.
In order? Oh, yeah, the first one.
The first one, yeah. I think in order, I think because it's a fun song.
It's fun, yeah. We got music in the show, y'all. Yes,
it's some music, yeah. I love maybe I do just like dances. I love the party scene.
Okay. Well, they're fun.
They are so fun.
The party scene's really fun.
And y'all work so hard.
It's a party, so,
yeah, for real. Yeah. And y'all work so hard, and to see it just come together, is just rewarding.
That one is fun. Yeah, that one is fun. For me, it's a tie, I think, between the prologue and the party scene. Maybe the prologue.
Yeah.
Only because, the party scene is really fun.
I know.
Party fun is probably more fun to do.
Right.
But the prologue, I think because when we do it, they don't know what to expect. Y'all, you don't know what to expect. Like when you see it, it's different. And you're just like, what are they doing? What are they talking about?
Right.
Is this the first scene? Is this just an introduction?
Yes.
Like, you don't really know what to expect. And it's interesting. And so maybe tie between prologue and party scene.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
But you're right. Of course I'm biased. I wrote it, so I love every scene.
Right. You're not gonna be like, I really don't like.
Like, I hate this. I don't like that.
Yeah. No, and there's nothing in there. I mean, like I'm gonna change something, but there's literally nothing. Nothing. It's really well written. Just really well.
I was to change something. How many costumes I changed? That's what I changed.
Wow.
That's what I would change. And I am gonna change some of that because you know how many times I had to change.
Yeah, I think
that's a lot.
I was taking off that duty. Bless the Lord on my soul.
That's a lot. Yeah, that I would change. But you know what was even worse?
What?
The ladies' lounge. Oh, did you see all them costumes?
Now that's true.
That was worse.
Was it as a quick turnaround though, or did you have more time? Because that was the thing.
You are right,
ma'am.
I think I had more time.
Ma'am, we need
more
to get
costumes, but more time in ladies' lounge.
We need to get a photo.
But those were harder to like put on in the ladies with all the sparkles and all the tight stuff and all that. And
we need a phone booth back there so you can be like Superwoman and switching.
So in this, I'm wearing like a one-piece thing, so I can just.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just be up out of there.
Yeah.
But I really don't like changes.
No,
it's necessary because I love fashion, so and you don't want the same outfit in every scene
and all the different.
But I love Dr. Love because I wear the same thing the whole time. I'm just
that makes sense.
It's the whole, and I feel at peace during each scene, and I could just take a deep breath, drink my water, and come back. Look, drink my water and come back. But you be seeing me back there doing Single Woman Chronicles.
I'm like,
I need to get somebody to get behind the scenes when I'm doing all those changes. So they can see how much we're doing.
It's a lot.
A lot. And then you're sweating and you're hot.
Ma'am.
You're trying to change lipsticks.
Ma'am.
Who got time to change lipsticks?
Nobody.
You be back there trying to help, like, what's happening?
Right. I'm like, okay,
But
and
see,
next.
I had 2 dressers for the ladies' lounge.
Oh, okay.
I had 1 for Single Woman Chronicles.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. But
Which was more? You got to fix that.
You're right. Single Woman Chronicles probably needs more.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. Well, y'all, we done talked about everything.
Yes.
But the point is, y'all need to come see the show.
That's the
She
point.
plays my mom, and it is awesome. Like, her character is like a strong mother of faith who's really encouraging her daughter during her what we call an identity crisis.
For sure.
And I love that you identify with it, because I can tell it's heartfelt. You feel it. And in my role, when I'm talking to you in our scene, I feel it too, because I felt that way for real. Like, it's not just like, oh, I just wrote something. No. I have felt these emotions.
Yeah.
Really, everything that Kara has felt,
Yeah.
I have felt it. It is real. It's something I struggled with and I went through, and it's like I overcame it. And so it's kind of just like a testimony kind of a thing, where we're ministering, we're just sharing these perspectives. But I feel like it's encouraging to women.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What is one thing that you maybe want them to know about the show, or is there anything particular, or?
One thing, I mean, it's going to be so much fun. There's
is
going to
fun.
be laughs. There will be moments that are going to, maybe catch your throat a little bit, like, because of how you will identify. If even not yourself, someone in your family, a sister, a cousin, a niece, or whoever.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that stands out the most is it is actual ministry.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is, and it's in a form that most would not expect. The message is clear. It's delivered clearly, and what we like most is Jesus lets us have a lot of fun with it too.
We have a lot of fun. All the dancing and the clubs.
It's a lot of
and
fun with it too, right?
We have a good time.
So I think it's like you really come out encouraged.
Yeah.
And I feel like, plays, you can go and see a play and it make you laugh, and you can go see, and it might make you cry or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you come out encouraged and uplifted, that's something different.
That is true. I will say, when I go to shows, I want to feel something.
For sure.
Whatever it is, I want to feel something. And we go to quite a bit of shows. And sometimes it's like, oh my God, the lights were amazing, the costumes were amazing, I love everything. But I'm like, but what was...
Yeah.
And that's just a personal thing. Everybody's different. Yeah. But I'm very intentional. I'm an intentional person. So if I do something, I want it to mean something. And I want people to take something with them. I don't want it to be like, oh my gosh, Charbria was amazing. The cat, they look great. Sure. But it's like, okay.
Right.
And you forget about it. I want it to be like, oh man, I love movies and things that just make you think after. And you're like still pondering it. And you're like, okay, I love that. It makes you think.
It's something you want to share with somebody else.
Yeah.
You go home talking about it.
Yes, I love that. And certain movies are so funny, because me and my sister, we'll be talking about a movie for a month later, and it's just like, we're analyzing it, and it was something just so, and it's always, it might not always be so profound, but it's something that just made you like really think. And it's like, oh, okay, that was cool how they did this, and it really meant that. And I'm
for sure.
And I always sometimes I used to try to be in a lot of shows, and it would be fun, and then I'd be like, but this feels so meaningless to me, which was so weird, because as a performer you would think, but it's a fun show, and maybe because I was meant to do something purposeful and say something.
Absolutely.
Like you said, ministry. So.
Absolutely.
So y'all gotta come to the show, because we just have a good time, and we can talk all night about it.
Right. We're gonna be there. We'll be at the show.
We're gonna be there. you gonna see us. So make sure you come. Take some pictures. We know how to pink carpet out.
For sure.
You know how we do. So yes, March 29th, come see Cori as Liz Kensington. Yes, my mama. Yes, I always laugh, because I'd be like, you don't look old enough to me. My mom looks, she's way older than me. But that's okay. This is in our world.
For sure.
This is how we like to do it.
I put my mama voice on, so
she does. You do.
Okay.
Yeah, she tries to dress a little older.
Yeah,
you know. But come March 29th, go to swcthestageplay.com. Use code SWC, the number 10, for $10 off, because you watch this podcast. Okay. And join us for our pink pre-show party, where you're gonna have mocktails, music, sweet treats, all kind of stuff. Nice. A special picture with the cast, signed poster, a swag. You don't want to miss it. So March 29th, be there or be nowhere. Check us out. So again, I hope I said something encouraged, inspired, and elevated your thinking. And don't forget to max out, girl. I'm Charbria Shine. Talk to you next time.
See y'all there.
Bye.
Bye-bye.